What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today when I talk to you about NIO, I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what's really influencing it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So NIO surprisingly is green today, 0.13%. And there's been actually no news, no SEC filings, very little articles talking about NIO to really kind of justify this right here. So I want to talk about what the data points are saying and everything else. But as of right now, the EV sector is kind of pulling back. So Lucid is down 5.02, Tesla down 1.4, Rivian is down 3.3, Polestar, I'm not really sure exactly what's up with them, but they are surprisingly up 2.7%. But still, beside the point, there's a lot of fear in the broader market due to upcoming CPI data, so last minute jitters, which is again coming out on Wednesday. But like I said, no actual anything to come out from NIO. There's a lot of posts on social media saying that Onvo L60, which obviously is going to be the next big catalyst for NIO, is being tested before the final launch, which is coming out next month. But as of right now, that shouldn't really be influencing the price. And there's only been one article that really came out today that was somewhat bullish, and that is this right here. So can NIO succeed where rivals have failed? So far, so good. So they're kind of talking on the battery swaps and how that in among itself will be the next big catalyst for NIO in the years to come. So still, it's just stuck in limbo. You also do have shorts at the same time returning 346,000 shares. So this is very peculiar, only because every other EV right now you have shorts increasing. So for instance, Lucid, I believe shorts are increasing around 2 million, Rivian is around 2.5 million, even in Tesla shorts are increasing. But NIO, there must be something up behind the scenes unless I'm not really aware of something. Like someone must have said something, because there is a certain level of optimism, and it's not necessarily coming from institutions. So I want to talk about that in a second, but 15.23% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 198.29 million shares overall are being shorted. So when I do my top 5 most heavily shorted EV stocks video this Wednesday, NIO will probably make it. They'll probably be stock number 5 in all honesty, again, considering the status quo. And even looking right here in previous NIO videos, I have brought up the fact that shorts haven't really done all that much. They've been stagnant until recently. So they did kind of wake up, start to increase. So it went from roughly around 14.45% to 15.25%. But still, the fact that they are returning some shares today, this is why I like to analyze this type of information, because generally that's very bullish. So kind of justifying today's green day. And it could be just on a mere fact comparing NIO to other EVs, NIO is at a substantial discount. I brought this up time and time again, just comparing the PS ratio of NIO to, for instance, Lucid, Tesla, Rivian. If they were on the same metric, then NIO should be at least 4 times this price point. So something to kind of consider. But as of right now, latest 13Fs have been coming out and generally very bullish. So you do see a lot of institutions and ETFs increasing their position, and this all did occur during Q2. So it's not right now. So kind of just be aware of that. So it is relatively old data, but that's what we have to work with. Looking at options, 284,000 in calls, 333,000 in puts. Sentiment wise, 57% of all the options being done so far today are optimistic and bullish. And of the call options that are being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be in excess of $4. And then looking at the puts, you see kind of for it to be sub 350. So in my opinion, kind of we're at a very strong pivot point right now. And quickly popping over to IBKR, this is the Elliott Wave technical. So right now it does have $4.27 as a pivot. So for as long as NIO is below that, it is anticipated for more of a technical breakdown for it to hit kind of the low 3s. So let me know your thoughts if that is feasible or not. But as you can kind of see, these are some of the latest analyst ratings. Nothing really new. So once again, adding a big old question mark to today on what is really happening to NIO. And like I brought up, these are all the articles talking about NIO in any kind of fashion, and there's only been roughly a small handful one that is basically only talking about NIO and their operations. Everything else is talking about their technicals. And so yeah, I think right now people are just seeing NIO as somewhat of a discount play. So that again, that could be playing into everything, but institutions aren't really falling for it for the most part, because you don't see any transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. If anything, institutions have been somewhat timid ever since it looks like the 5th or possibly even the 1st. So a lot of the volume being done today is truly linked to shorting as well as algorithmic trading. And you can kind of tell that based on just the barcoding right here. So let me know your thoughts on that. Right now with it at $3.80, it is trading between this S3 and this S2. So 377 is going to be that next strong support. On the flip side, 408 is going to be that next strong resistance / target. I am looking at that 1-day chart as well. So this is a very strong support and resistance points, but just in comparison to other EVs, NIO is hit and has been hit quite hard. So this is why, once again, I do feel that just AI is kind of picking up on its technicals, and this is why maybe it's kind of holding this level right now. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. If it is to break this S3, this is where I do feel that the Elliott wave technicals could come to fruition. So kind of that low 3s or high 2s, which would be kind of crazy. But would you be a buyer at that stage, or are you a buyer now? Based on this right here, you do see number of retail investors slowly getting in. So are you those individuals right now? Stochastic, you do see it very oversold. So if there is a good kind of piece of news that does come out associated to NIO, then you will see a rush of value investors, similar to what has happened in the past, as you can kind of see right there. And on the actual chart, it has been holding this kind of support level for the last week. So definitely something to keep in mind. We are at a make it or break it point. So it either does kind of push higher to transition into the higher percentile right here, or either it does break down. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. Very abnormal day, but at the same time, it's also very much linked, in my opinion, to shorts returning today. So what's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And one final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.